What's going on, guys? Cameron back again from Attack on Anime, and today I'm going to be doing a topic video. This one's going to be comparing manga and comics, pretty much comparing the two just as art forms. I'm going to be going at like the more mainstream of both because I really want to get a good comparison of both just as art styles and really show how they're similar but why they're still so different at the same time. The theme in comics is tragedy. Tragedy starts the hero down their path, and when I'm studying comics, I'm more so focused on the superheroes because, like I said, I'm focused on the mainstream of both. So when you think about superheroes, you think about Batman, you think about Tony Stark, Iron Man, you think about Captain America, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash. All of these heroes at some point had some sort of tragedy to start them down their route. Batman, his parents died. Superman, his planet got blown up. Wonder Woman, usually the Amazons get attacked. Flash had his mother killed and his dad went to jail for it. So there's a lot of different themes of tragedy that start these heroes down the route, because without Barry Allen's mom dying, he would have never went down the criminal justice route, and found out that he's really good at that. Batman, without his parents dying, he could have just grew up some rich, spoiled kid. So he would have never had the drive to go out there and learn every martial art and become one of the greatest heroes that Earth has. The theme of friendship, love, and family are heavy in mangas, and you can see that in Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. All of these have friendships that drive the main character. Naruto Shippuden, the whole theme of it is Naruto chasing after Sasuke in order to rekindle their friendship and bring Sasuke back home and bring him back to the light. Bleach, all of each of those friends around him always give him that drive because he's always at his best when he's ready to protect his friends, especially his love interest or Hime. So all of those themes are heavy in mangas and give the main character that strength to overcome whatever villain is in their way. Even if that villain is on God status, it doesn't matter because that person's just I have people that I have to protect at the end of the day, and I'm gonna get the job done right here and now. And those create some of the best moments that we love from these mangas and that we love seeing in the anime eventually. Going at the two as two different writing styles, mangas are really focused on giving a really good, satisfying conclusion. No matter if it's a long or short manga, getting to the end is what the writer is trying to get you to. It's all about the journey. Right now, in the mainstream of comics, I call it the event era because everything has to build up to something even greater. Because comics, the mainstream comics at least, are trying to essentially form this universe. They're everlastingly building this universe constantly. Marvel and DC are the two best examples. Marvel, up until recently, they never really had a reboot. So everything that has happened in Marvel since the beginning had happened up until this point at an event called Secret Wars. So that's all one long history in Marvel that everything happened. DC, they have their reboots and they have constant reboots, but each thing is essentially another continuing universe that's still building, and they still have events, they still have multiversal events, and so does Marvel. So just looking at the two as two different writing styles, you can see one has a clear end goal and point, and one is just what's the next big event that we can make to have buyers buying. Because at the end of the day, comics are trying to stay really relevant, and so are mangas at the same time too. But comics are really just we need to pump these comics out because right now these movies are so popular, so people are going to be trying to go out to buy the comics. But if the comics aren't interesting enough, then people are going to stop buying. So they're just what can we do to keep them on the edge of their toes till next week when they have to go back to the comic store or go back to their comic app and buy more comics. Comics, they always are switching writers, switching authors, switching artists, just switching everything around constantly. So the heroes that we were reading last week could be different because the writers changed. So their perception just changes everything, and then that's when retcons get put in. And it's just like a whole lot of just too many cooks in the kitchen just trying to do everything at once. And sometimes it works out and it becomes like legendary comics, and sometimes it really doesn't, and it kind of kills people's vibe because they're just like, I just spent like $5 on this one issue and nothing really happened. Like they're just kind of just talking right now, and that's all that happened. And they'll be like, oh, if you want to get this reference, go read this comic. And that's why between like DC and Marvel, I kind of prefer DC more as like a reading style, because like if I want to read Batman, I just have to read Batman. But like for Marvel, if you're reading Iron Man, then usually you have to read the Avengers. And if you're reading the Avengers, then you have to read Spider-Man. If you have to read Spider-Man, then you have to read all of Spider-Man. And it just becomes more of, oh, give us more of your money so you can understand this more. But at the end of the day, they are two very different art forms, and they are both expressive of their culture, and they try to be as relevant as possible and tell a great story, and they try to do whatever they think the readers will want to see. Like, what is the next big thing that readers want to see? So at the end of the day, they're similar, but their approach to how they are approaching their audience is really different. And like I said, I like both. Like, both are really great. I see the pros and cons of both. So that's why I kind of switch back and forth between what I'm reading. And I just think it's really cool that two are so different yet so similar and still approach essentially almost the same audience. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. What are your like favorite differences and comparisons between mangas and comics?